My name is Brandon Van Asten. I live and work in Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm married with a 2-year-old little boy, and I was a radiation therapist for 4 years, and then I went back to school and got my CMD, doing dosimetry work for roughly 2 years full-time, and then 2 years before that was kind of part-time. And the machines we have here at St. Elizabeth Hospital, where I work, we have a TrueBeam 2.5 platform, and we use Eclipse version 11. We also have a tomotherapy unit. So 2 units, and we treat anywhere from 20 to 35 patients a day.
Was there anything special you needed to do to get the data set into your treatment planning system? Did you go through MIM or another third-party software?
Yep, so we do all of our contouring, our fusions, all kind of our elaborate composite doses. We do all that in MIM. So we brought the data set into MIM and just made some planning contours on there and then sent it over to Eclipse.
You provided the original structure set. What, if any, additional structures did you create?
I made an opti structure or planning structure for the prostate volume, the PTV volume, and the urethra.
Tell us about the start of your optimization. At the start of your process, what did you do?
Sure. So for all of my optimizations for my planning, I'll use the NTO, the normal tissue, higher than any of my other planning structures. That kind of allows the dose to fall off outside my targets. And then I gave 2 different planning targets, the main objective, and I use my opti structures, my planning structures that I created. So I gave my PTV, opti PTV a high priority, and my opti prostate a high priority. And then I let those run for a little while, and when I get those where I want them to be, I'm happy with how the DBH looks and during optimization. Then I'll start pulling and tugging on the normal or the organs at risk and kind of get those to where I think they are the best where I can get them without sacrificing coverage on my targets.
So this is what you did to get a better score. So these were the changes that you made?
So this is the last thing my last optimization screen before I submitted to Prono. So by doing this little broken up cyan light blue color, it gives about 2 millimeters just for that 40 gray to kind of fall off, so that 8 gray per day. And then I can really hone in on just getting coverage to this planning structure. And same thing with here. So I expanded the urethra, so you can see that little 2 millimeter right there. And then I scroll through, you can kind of see that carves it out right here and moving forward. So if I throw the dose on again and just turn these planning structures off, you can kind of see that big donut in there, which is pretty nice. So there's a little bit of horns down here around the rectum, which obviously you'll get that if you're really tugging on this.
So what was your first score? Do you remember when you submitted?
I think it was around 141 was the initial score I submitted. I couldn't remember the decimal. Maybe 141.7 rings a bell, but so then I brought it back, and I thought I could do a little bit better. I kind of looked at, that's kind of before I looked at the point values for things. So I just kind of did an overall, like, what do I think is a good plan? And then I looked at the point values and kind of realized some things are much more important numerically than other things. So then I kind of went back to the drawing board and looked at where I can get the most bang for my buck, and kind of went through there. And then I submitted it 2 more times. I think the second time I submitted it was like 143.7, and then I submitted 144. I don't know what 144.33 was my last one.
Tell us about your constraints and your geometric parameters.
3 arcs, all with different collimator rotations. I usually, before I start planning, I'll take each field, each arc, assign MLCs to it, and then I will take my MLCs and fit the structure. And I'll fit to my biggest structure that I need. In this case, it was PTV 36.25. And I will fit the structure within 3 millimeters of that structure, and then I'll let it kind of go through its fitting phase, and then I'll do that for all 3 arcs, and then I'll bring it into optimization.
So what specific constraints did you bring down to get your better score?
The rectum was one I remember. I had a real hard time with the neurovascular bundles. So initially I was really trying to get those down, and then I realized the point value wasn't really that high for it. So then that was a rough one. The urethra I just squeaked by and got the goal, the ideal goal on there. That was a difficult one for me. I would have liked to get a little bit better confirmation number, but 0.93 is pretty good.
How often did you stop to do a full calculation and to get your score in Prono?
Just twice. So I submitted it the first time, then like I said, I went back to the drawing board, kind of looked at the numerical values that are assigned to each constraint, and then submitted it one more time, and then the final. So I guess 3 overall.
What did you use as your checkered flag to know that it was time to stop?
My physicist here was also doing the challenge, and he did it through Tomo. So we were kind of talking back about different kind of parameters and numerical scores that we were getting. Like I said, the clinic did get a little bit busy. I think I know hindsight's always 20/20, but I think I could have maybe got a little bit better in looking at some of these numbers. But I thought I had a pretty good plan, and he was pretty impressed with what I was able to achieve number-wise with 144.3. The combination of talking to him, the clinic getting a little bit busier, and overall I felt pretty good about it. It looked good pictorially as I scrolled through the images, so that's kind of where I stopped.
Did you plan this as if you would plan in the clinic, or did you plan for the score?
I was probably doing a little bit of both. Initially, I think I was doing more for what I do in the clinic, and then when I saw the numerical values attached to them, then I went for more of the challenge, I guess. But I don't think I veered too far away from what I would do for the clinic. It's very comparable, something I would show the physician on a day-to-day basis.
After all is said and done, was there anything that we could have done on our end to have made the experience better for you?
Not that I know of. I thought it was a really good challenge. Constraints were very reasonable and achievable. So the data set seemed like a normal data set. It wasn't like some perfect case study that you always see through the vendors or something. So yeah, I thought you guys did a great job with it.